Chapter 207, The Space Power. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. Jiang Yuochen took back the remedy pills and sat cross-legged opposite Commandery Princess Yanjun. He stared at her. She was arrogant but straightforward and frank. After meditating for a moment, Jiang Yuochen said to her, "I have had some adventures, found treasures and gained exercise books. But I don't have any other identities, nor did I deliberately approach you. I am the 9th Prince of Yunwu Commandery. Even if you investigate me you will find nothing except that I am the 9th Prince." To Jiang Yuochen, his identity as Emperor Ming's son in his previous lifetime had faded. Seeing Jiang Yuochen so unperturbed, Huang Yanjun started to calm down. She rolled her eyes at him and asked, "How many secrets did you end up hiding from me?" Jiang Yuochen smiled and said, "Everybody in the world, including you, has unspoken secrets. Why do you ask me to tell you my secrets when you hide your own?" Huang Yanjun curled her lips and couldn't reconcile herself to stop asking questions. "Have you practiced martial techniques that could control space?" "No comment," said Jiang Yuochen. Jiang Yuochen had been forced to wield the power of space domain. He wouldn't have escaped from Hu Qingshan's grip otherwise, given his current cultivation. Of course, at that time he had worn a mask so that Hu Qingshan wouldn't know who he was. Now nobody knew he could control space except Huang Yanjun. She gazed at him coldly and ground her teeth ceaselessly. "Don't be so mean. I won't let you teach me. Even if I teach you, you won't be able to learn." Jiang Yuochen stopped talking to Huang Yanjun. He began to study the 12 elixir bottles placed in order on the ground. They had all been refined by Blackie and filled with pills. Blackie had left them in the internal space of the time and space spinal. He lifted the lid of one bottle and a cold icy gas escaped. The ground beneath the center of the elixir bottle quickly turned to ice. Icing meridian pill. He put the lid back on the bottle and lifted another one to check inside. 6 of them were filled with icing meridian pills. 2 contained wind meridian pills. 3 bottles were filled with fire meridian pills and 1 held electric meridian pills. Each had 8 pills inside. As he held it in his hand, Jiang Yuochen could hear the sound of thunderbolts, even though its lid was shut. "I didn't know that Blackie successfully refined the electric meridian pill. I underestimated him," Jiang Yuochen thought, smiling. But where did he collect the raw materials? Suddenly, Duan Muxingling came to his mind. It made sense that Duan Muxingling would have bought the materials for Blackie and supported him. She knew he had the ability to refine the icing meridian pill. "You mean all these pills were made by that animal?" Huang Yanjun was shocked. She couldn't believe it. Jiang Yuochen replied honestly, "Yes, he did." He took out the remedy pill again and passed it to Huang Yanjun. She accepted it without reluctance this time. But she frowned slightly when she saw that it was merely a 3rd-class remedy pill. If her storage ring containing many 4th-class remedy pills hadn't been taken away, she wouldn't have had any interest in this 3rd-class pill. However, her storage ring had been taken away after getting caught. She had no choice but to take the 3rd-class pill with contempt. Huang Yanjun felt a surge of heartache when she thought of her storage ring. She had hidden practice resources worth millions of silver coins. Moreover, the storage ring itself was an invaluable treasure. Taking her current injury and taking 4 products to heal the medicine, it only takes half a day to heal the injury. But with the 3rd-class pill, it would take at least 3 days. After swallowing the pill, she started to wield the genuine qi in her body, refine the pill and heal her injuries. As for Jiang Yuochen, he had no need to take remedy pills for his injuries as they were not serious. In addition, he could change the condition of his injuries by using his genuine qi. The Tarantula Chamber of Commerce must be looking for them. The safest place to hide was in the internal space of the time and space spinal. If they were to leave, they might be found by the Tarantula Chamber of Commerce. After all, the Earth Blaze City was a territory of the black market. Masters of the School of the Martial Market and Cayenne's Yui Commandery are likely to rush to the Earth Blaze City shortly. Even the Yunwu Commandery will send strong men to handle the Tarantula Chamber of Commerce. Now senior sister apprentice Huang is my fiancé, and it is putting a strain on the friendship between Yunwu Commandery and Cayenne's Yui Commandery. If an accident were to happen to senior sister apprentice Huang, the Cayenne Yui Commandery Prince would surely blame the Yanwu Commandery Prince. If senior sister apprentice Huang had still been imprisoned in the Tarantula Chamber of Commerce, none would have dared to act rashly. However, I rescued her. Will the Tarantula Chamber of Commerce withstand the siege of masters from all sides now that they've lost their bargaining chip? Therefore, Zhang Yuochen should do nothing except wait patiently. Somebody would handle the Tarantula Chamber of Commerce. I can take this opportunity to enhance my cultivation. Zhang Yuochen knew very clearly that martial cultivation was his biggest weakness at the moment. Although the martial cultivation of the initial stage of the Earth Realm was much greater than that of other young warriors, there was still a huge gap to the 10 prodigies of the Omen Ridge and the 7 young masters of the black market. With one hand holding the bottle of electric meridian pills, and the other holding the fire meridian pill, Zhang Yuochen pondered for a moment. Finally, he opened the elixir bottle of fire meridian pills and put the other one on the ground. When he opened the bottle, a plume of red flame escaped from inside. He poured out a fire meridian pill, placing it in the palm of his hand. The surface of the pill burned, and it emitted a boiling heat. In the internal academy, a single fire meridian pill was worth 200 merits. It might be double on the outside, at least 400,000 silver coins. Average princes and princesses could not even buy them in large quantities. Zhang Yuochen chose the fire meridian pill rather than the electric meridian pill because he was practicing the 3rd level of scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean, Taiking spiritual fire sky. The fire meridian pill could help him advance his cultivation. He took a fire meridian pill. It felt like a mass of flames in his body. His skin turned completely crimson and looked like red-hot iron. Earth Blaze City, Tarantula Chamber of Commerce. When Hu Minggong was informed that Huang Yanshan had been rescued by others, he became very angry and felt an urge to kill Hu Qingshan. Bam! Hu Minggong's palm shattered a 10-meter high rockery into pieces off in the distance. His hair stood on end and he said wrathfully, "If you were not my one and only son, I would destroy you right now. I warned you not to touch Commandery Princess Yanjin, but you didn't listen. This time you caused a great deal of trouble and now even I can't protect you." The Tarantula Chamber of Commerce's force influenced all of the Omen Ridge's 36 commanderies. In the Tarantula Chamber of Commerce there were 36 chief directors. Hu Minggong was merely one in the Yanwu Commandery. Originally, he had intended to make a contribution to the Tarantula Chamber of Commerce by capturing Commandery Princess Yanjin. He could even bargain with the Cayenne Yui Commandery Prince in order to tap into the black market of Cayenne Yui Commandery. However, it had failed to succeed, which put the Tarantula Chamber of Commerce into an absolutely passive dilemma. The news had spread that Commandery Princess Yanjin had been rescued. Now, the School of the Martial Market, Cayenne Yui Commandery, and Yanwu Commandery would definitely seek revenge on the Tarantula Chamber of Commerce. Hu Qingshan seemed relaxed and did not fear his father at all because he knew that his father would never hurt him. Hu Qingshan said, "I never expected that a mysterious teenage master who could control space power would rescue her." Hu Minggong calmed down and asked, "Are you sure he could control space power?" "Of course," Hu Qingshan replied. Hu Minggong frowned. He didn't believe anybody in the world could control space power. Space power has always been just a legend. In history, only 2 or 3 legendary figures could wield it. And they had the ability to rule countries and were even venerated by saints. Hu Qingshan smiled, took a jade ring out and handed it to Hu Minggong. "Father, if you do not believe me, look at this ring." Hu Minggong's face changed. Taking the jade ring, he input his genuine chi into it and found the internal space immediately. This is space treasure. Even though he had already been a heaven realm strength, Hu Minggong was greatly shocked. Hu Qingshan said, "I found it on the Commandery Princess Yanjin." "Now do you believe that the young man could control space power?" Hu Minggong's eyes lit up. "If we tell this news to the chairman, he will let us make up for our mistake. An amazing person who can control space power is more valuable than Commandery Princess Yanjin." Hu Qingshan revealed a sardonic smile and said lowly, "Father, why do we have to report it to the chairman?" "What do you mean?" asked Hu Minggong. Standing up, Hu Qingshan said, "The cultivation of that juvenile was moderate, at most the dawn state of the Earth realm. If we can catch him and interrogate him about the space power secret, we can learn how to control space power. After that, Why should we remain loyal to the chairman when we could become chairman ourselves? Hu Minggong also had some emotions and said, but we do not know the true identity of that mysterious teenager. Yes, it will. Hu Qingshan smiled, staring at the jade space ring and said, since the mysterious teenager presented this precious ring to Commandery Princess Yanjun, he must have a very uncommon relationship with her. Maybe he is a student at the School of the Martial Market as well. Very few students of the Internal Academy of the School of the Martial Market could match me. We can eliminate many of them. There are even fewer students who have a good relationship with Commandery Princess Yanjun. Additionally, the Earthrealm warriors who are under 20 years old are further less. It will be easy to find him using these three criterias.